Even from a very, very young age, I just understood, and I don't know exactly where I got it from. I understood the world is a scam. Kickboxing world champion, four-time world champion. I was walking to school one day, walking to college, sixth form, with my four friends, and a Ferrari went past. And I was like, bro, how do we get one of them? He's like, oh, don't know. I said, what do you mean don't know? Doesn't it bother you? He has 400 grand for a car. Doesn't that anger you that he has 400 G's for a car and our parents are broke, we're on a council estate? They're like, I guess. That's the average man. Like, the average man has no fire inside of him. I'm 16. I couldn't sleep for 3 days because I saw a Rari. I was like, I want a Rari.
Like, once you're past 10 mil, let's say, there ain't nothing to buy. Yeah, like once you have, okay, 10 mil's too low because I have 10 mil of cars, but let's say, and then a nice house, blah, blah, blah. Let's say 20, 30 mil, whatever. There ain't nothing to buy. I mean, how many diamond watches do you need?
Kickboxing world champion, four-time world champion.
Knows I used to run a webcam studio. So I had 75 women working for me, and they were talking to guys online and taking money from all the Democrats and betas. Were sending them money, and the money went to me. This is how I first made big money.
And I don't think that many people understand that men are intrinsically wired to desire respect amongst our peers.
Kickboxing world champion, four-time world champion.
Yeah, so I think that being a man is very, very difficult. I think that men's issues are largely overlooked. The people in charge of the world pretend to care, but when somebody who's championing men's issues like myself comes forward and finally manages to garner huge percentiles of the public support, I'm silenced. So they're not really interested in men's issues. And there's a lot of young men growing up today that feel very disaffected. They feel invisible. The agendas that are being forced down their throats are not agendas they align with, or they feel affinity to, or agendas they want.
I take care of you and I love you with all of my heart. I would die for you. If someone broke into this house, I would engage the invader and die. Please just cook dinner. Please. Like, what do you want from me? What more can I do for you? Like,
kickboxing world champion, four-time world champion.
Yeah, so the point I was making was obviously at the height of the Me Too scandal, and also if we look at Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, there's been a lot of high-profile cases where men have been accused of things they did not do without evidence, and their lives have been completely and utterly destroyed. Right. When I say these things, people sit and say that, oh, he hates women. I don't hate women. I think rape is disgusting. I would take a stronger stance on rape than the British government. I think these people should face the death penalty. But to sit and say that women without evidence can go forward and just make up accusations against men, even though they've been repeatedly proven to destroy men's lives at will, is absolutely not.
What about a woman? I'm a full-grown man, four-time kickboxing world champion. There's places I don't go alone.
The truth of life is the truth that you experience as an individual. That is the only truth that we all live within. You live within your truths, I live within my truths, because these are the truths I've experienced as an individual.
I love women. In fact, interesting statistic, 100% of the people I've ever had sex with were women. So I love women. I have nothing against women at all. I'm not sexist in any regard. I'm not misogynist either. I'm a realist.
I believe money is an amplifier. I don't believe money changes. I think it amplifies. So if you're a dork and you get incredibly wealthy, you become a mega dork. Whereas if you're a G and you get incredibly wealthy, you become a mega G.
Kickboxing world champion, four-time world champion.
I was talking about how it's a man's duty to die by a woman. And the guy asked me, he said, if 10 men with knives attacked your woman, wouldn't you just... I said, yeah, I'd stand and die. I'd never just run away because I have a duty as a man. I must die on the spot to protect her honor and my honor. Like, everyone wants to be me. I'm top G for a reason. I've got it all. I've got every single gift that God can give, plus all the gifts you can make yourself. And I state that without arrogance. I don't mean to be arrogant, but I am a realist. And as a realist, it would be absolutely unprofessional for me to sit here and pretend I'm not an exceptional human being.
Kickboxing world champion, four-time world champion.
I can only talk from my personal experience. And my personal experience is that when a woman has a bunch of male friends and a boyfriend, the relationship doesn't last very long. That's my personal experience.
Like, I'm a realistic person. As a realist, in the modern world, they're going to call you sexist, misogynist, etc.
She is yours. She loves you. She adores you. Her social circle should include you and revolve around you. Anyone who comes along and has nothing to do with me, but still wants something to do with my chick, is unacceptable.
But this is why I think most men walk out of marriages, because they're like, you know what? I'm not getting any respect here. I get more respect from this dickhead stripper, 18-year-old hoe, for throwing money at her than I do giving money to my own wife. Where am I being respected? Well, at least she's smiling at me. She ain't smiled at me in years.
That's the game. It's always been the game. It still is the game.
Like having physicality, walking through the world bigger and stronger than everyone else, having all those professional fights.
and all the bad things, having the trauma, all the pain, all the bullshit I've been through. You ain't a good man if you haven't had trauma.
Of course. Well, this is my point. The point is that I don't think that most male-female friendships are truly and utterly completely platonic. I think if any woman's honest, she'll admit that too. And for the same reason I discussed earlier, while I wouldn't let someone attempt to break into my Lambo, I would not let some man come along under the shield, under the guise of friend. I'm not gonna let some dude come along, put on a friend hat, and try it on with my chick permanently.
Kickboxing world champion, 4-time world champion.
The reason is that we have to understand we live in a world now, and we've always lived in a world where women have a natural inclination to align themselves with the top tier males. That's why I'm so respectful in public. You don't know who the fuck you're talking to. He might be on his last fucking straw, and you just disrespected. Hey, you're a fucking bitch anyway. You're skinny motherfucker. Fuck you. You don't know. That might be the last time he heard it. I've had enough. You don't know. Disrespect is dangerous.
And I basically just say to men, look, it's a very hard life. You're going to need to get up, work hard, go to the gym. Strong body is a strong mind. You're going to have to reject listening blindly to everything you're told.
If you're gonna find a man who's truly warrior-minded, who's truly conquest-minded, who's truly hard to govern, is he gonna get one chick and let her tell him what to do with his life? No. He's gonna be that guy who does whatever he wants.
That's the game. It's always been the game. It still is the game.